Is it
I
per
don't think it's
episode?
professional. Just my
Oh,
opinion.
but you think
What?
this is professional
Well, this doesn't go
without
out to the
cursing?
No,
public.
this is totally professional.
Without cursing,
it's
this
not like-
podcast is professional.
It's not like we're all sitting around drinking whiskey, having
Yeah,
conversations
exactly.
about things we don't know about. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Outer Belt Podcast Show. What do we
This
call
is
it
the
again?
Outer Belt.
Just the outer belt.
Just the Outer Belt.
Outer Belt.
Welcome back to the Outer Belt. We hope you are enjoying your time on 270, and that's the end, isn't it?
It is the end. It is the end.
It's been a wonderful night. Y'all
It's
have a good one.
reverse- It's reverse night.
It's reverse night.
It's dyslexia.
Well, I think that's.
Reverse it. What's that song? Reverse it.
Missy Elliott?
Missy
Yeah, I
Elliott.
don't know the words.
Flip it and reverse it.
There we go.
Okay, we'll try one more time. Yes.
Yes.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Outer Belt. I am Patrick, and you know my friends.
Chili.
Buttermilk.
Derek.
Zucchini bread.
And Jerry.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. It has been a day. It has been a day. It's been a very long week, and it's only Monday.
No,
What?
No, we've got past Monday.
We're past Monday?
it's
Yeah,
Tuesday.
today was second Monday.
Stop it. Oh, well, today was a Monday-est Tuesday, wasn't it?
And
Yes.
tomorrow's going to be the Monday-est Wednesday, I bet you.
Yes.
I don't think
And
so.
then
I
it's
think
That
gonna
kind
be
of
the
week.
Monday is Thursday.
I
and
think-
it's gonna be
no, that's where you're wrong. I'm telling you right now, I've already checked. Thursday, it's going to be a great day.
okay.
The weather is going to be beautiful. I plan on going flying. I almost said frying.
I was like, frying.
We're doing a good old-fashioned
It's gonna
fish
be
fry.
so nice.
We're doing a fish fry.
Okay.
It's going to be a beautiful day. I don't care who you are. So no, but today, in all seriousness, though, today was a pretty rough day for some of us. But just work was very worky.
Yeah.
You know.
But the sun was out.
But it was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
freaking gorgeous.
Yep.
I at one point I had to go down to the yard and I grabbed my jacket and I put it on. I got ready to leave and I was like, I'm just curious, did I get the appropriate weight jacket? I thought it might have been colder.
Yep.
And I looked at my watch and it was 59 degrees and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's no jacket weather.
What
like-
your watch doesn't tell you is the wind.
Or
I,
the
I
shade.
took
the
mine
shade
off
weather with the
Right.
wind.
and
Oh.
went to repair a windshield, and the wind was like, no,
Whipping.
you need a jacket.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I told you. So today, as most of y'all know, I already have my private pilot's license. I don't drink and fly, but I am working now on my instrument license or endorsement. So that means I can fly in the clouds at night, or not at night, but in the clouds, and when you can't see, right? You're just strictly going off your control panel on the airplane. So to do this, you literally put on these glasses that like gray everything out except for your
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 instruments,
panel?
yeah, your panels, and you do your flights. And you have a pilot with you called a safety pilot, and what they're doing is looking for other airplanes. Because when it is a beautiful, clear day, and you're flying, especially at the levels we're flying, you don't have to have any of that stuff. I mean, you can literally be a 1918 Piper Cub with no electricity, like literally no electricity. You got out and you cranked the engine by spinning the prop, and then you pulled the chocks out and then jumped to the plane and took off. Like that's totally legal and totally fine. And so they wouldn't obviously show up on my dash on the little panel that sees the other airplanes. So you have to have someone in the airplane actually looking out for people like that. And so today we did fly to Fort Wayne, and I told Vince, I told you this earlier, but I haven't told y'all yet. So to get out to Fort Wayne was like 46 minutes, I think it was, and it was 32 minutes to get from Fort Wayne back to Columbus.
36 minutes.
46 minutes and 32.
The wind.
That's
The
how
wind.
strong the wind was
Yeah.
blowing. So
Wow.
on the way up
Wow.
there, the wind was just fighting us, right? So the plane thought it was going fast, but actually over the ground, we were going pretty slow. And then flip around the other way, the plane thinks we're going fast, and over the ground, we're flying. So, yeah, that was pretty fun because Fort Wayne is a place we go to frequently.
A lot.
That is one of the perks of being able to fly is that I'll be able to take us to Fort Wayne, pick up trucks or whatever for when they have to be extended stays. You know, sometimes it's in and out in one day, but sometimes
Right.
you go out there and it's got to be dropped off, and a week later we go pick it up, depending on the nature of what needs to be done. It's pretty cool to actually fly out there and kind of know, like, oh, this is what I'll be doing. This is the route. This is whatever. But the other thing that sucked about it is it was a beautiful, gorgeous day, and for 2 hours in the air, I couldn't see out of the airplane. So, like, there was one point where we were passing something, and it was unique. So my flight instructor was like, okay, real quick, take a look. So I did take a look, and it was cool to see. What it is, and you know this, when you're going to Fort Wayne from Columbus, there is a windmill farm.
Yeah.
Is that the right way to put it? It's like hundreds of windmills. And so we flew right over that. And so he was like, look out. And I looked out, and it's just windmills as far as you could see underneath us. It was crazy. They look like toothpicks.
I'm just
They're
curious.
tiny.
What were they milling?
They were milling. Oh, was it not windmills?
Wind turbines.
Wind
when
turbines,
They're electric.
okay.
They're turbines. Someone's going to put in the comments. They're typing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're called wind turbines.
Someone's like, I thought they were fans.
Yeah.
They were.
Cooling off the corn.
Yeah,
Corn
exactly.
sweats.
Got to get the corn sweats out of there. Yeah. Well, they're built by this company, OnlyFans.
Oh.
So they
okay,
yeah.
Interesting.
No, that's electric. So, but no, they are. It was cool to see them from that perspective because
I
I'm
bet.
so used to seeing them from the ground.
Yeah.
And then it was like right back on
I bet
with
it'd
the.
be cool to see the ones like out in New Mexico, Texas, California. That'd be awesome.
Well, I'm thinking of like that one spot. Is it on I-10? Oh, you're better at California interstates than I am.
I already know what you're talking
When
about.
you go between Los
good.
Angeles, San Bernardino, and
Oh, up into
Desert-
Tehachapi?
Yeah.
If you're going up 58?
to no, if
Or
you're
you're going east on 110?
You're going
or
east.
Either way on 110, Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, thank
Yeah.
you. I was going to say Desert
Yeah.
Springs, but that's not right. Palm
There's
Springs,
so
yeah.
many out there. Not all of them work.
Oh, I always assumed it was a windmill testing place, or I'm sorry, a wind turbine testing
Right.
place. Because if you haven't been out there, there's thousands.
Sure.
and the
like,
wind whips through there.
Oh, the
And
wind.
some of them aren't even moving. I'm like,
Yeah,
are they broken? Like,
and they
what's
have
going on?
and they have like all different styles and types, and
Right.
like
Yeah.
they have little bitty ones that look like they're about to spin off the
Yeah.
thing. They're going 1,000 miles an hour in a circle, and then they had the gigantic ones that are barely moving, but they're the ones that are producing the most electricity. And everything in between. It is a trip. It's so weird. And then it looks like they get built, they do their experiment, and they just leave them.
Yeah.
They don't ever it looks like they don't ever do anything with them.
Like a wind turbine cemetery.
I think the
Yes.
little ones are to test the speed. They're just for wind speed.
But usually they need one of those.
But
And-
I don't know. I'm
and-
just saying.
In the wind speed too. Like, okay, have y'all ever seen, like on the top of a sailboat or something, they have a little thing that spins around in circles, and it looks like it has like spoons almost
cups
coming
on it,
off, little
yeah.
cups off it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a wind speed
Right.
meter. That's how they
Yeah.
typically do it. Because they have
It's,
those.
it's weird why they only use teaspoons on there, though.
Well, because if it's tablespoons, it's too much air, so
That's
then you get
true.
a false reading.
Yeah.
You don't want a false reading.
No.
That'd be terrible.
Horrible.
That's cool that you got to see that, though. Like, you got to sneak a peek with your goggles
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. That's the worst part of this type of flying is that I can't see anything.
Do the
Did-
goggles make you motion sick?
They don't me, but I could see how someone could.
Yeah.
Of course,
Because you're in motion plus you're, I don't know. Yeah, I could see that.
well, and I mean, like, so leaving out of OSU's airport, which is what I fly out of, and heading to Fort Wayne today, the way the wind was blowing, it was like straight there. So we like took off. We barely turned the airplane a little bit to head a little north, west, and you just fly straight there, and then you land. And so we had the initial climb out. We climbed to 4,000 feet, flew straight there, and then landed. So I mean, for a long, like for 40 of those 46 minutes, you're just flat and level and like,
So are you doing the takeoff and landing also with the goggles on?
so no, you have to have visibility to land. You don't actually have to have visibility to take off,
Okay.
but you do have to be able to see the runway to land.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
But I mean, we're getting down to 200 feet depending on the airport and what instrumentation they have.
Right.
Like radar and all that stuff. Sometimes it's 200 feet is how close you get to the runway, which is like nothing. I mean, that's like you're on it.
Right.
So it's crazy to see how close you can get to the runway before.
You peel the goggles off?
So yes, literally. So right now with the safety pilot, I'll be flying down, and then at some point they will say, "All right, the cloud's just cleared. You can take your." They're called Foggles. So you can take your Foggles off. So you take them off, and then you do your landing. But it's crazy because I mean, if it is 200 feet, you're taking your goggles off, and we just landed. Like it's that quick.
Wow.
I'm sure if it's any worse than that, you're not going to land. You're either going to go to another airport or do a loop until you can see close enough to land.
Exactly. So it's called like an approach, which makes sense. You're approaching the runway. So you follow that down, and then when you get, it's specified by the FAA. You don't get to make your decision on this. The FAA actually has printed for every
Really?
single airport, every single runway in the country. There's thousands of them. They tell you exactly, based on the instrumentation that's there, how low you can get. And they even have redundancies. So they're like, if this, like say this instrument will let you get down to 200 feet. If that's out of service and not working, well, then we have to back up to this instrument. So now you can only get down to 500 feet. If that's not working, this one will let you get down to 600 feet. And once you hit those elevations, those altitudes, if you can't see the runway, they give you so much distance to go, and then you go missed approach, which means you didn't make it, you couldn't see it. And then they actually tell you exactly what to do, where to go, and where to hold to be able to make your next move. Because again, when you're doing all that, I'm faking it, right? But
Yeah.
if I was really doing it in real life, I'd be in clouds. So if I couldn't see the runway and I was like, all right, obviously I'm going to miss it, I got to go somewhere else, I still can't see. So you do a set, published, missed approach. That way you don't accidentally run into another airplane.
Wow.
And then once you get to that area where you're holding, and we've all, I think, been in an airplane with a hold, right? Jetliners do it all the time.
Sure.
You get somewhere and all of a sudden you're doing donuts and you're like, why are we just circling a racetrack, right? That's it. Usually it's for weather, or in this case, if you couldn't make the runway. Because sometimes with weather, it's blowing through. If they know that, hey, in 5 minutes, you'll be fine, you'll be able to see the runway, you just hold there and then go do it again. But if it's like, no, it's not getting any better, they'll tell you to go to a different runway or a different airport. So it's very interesting what I'm doing. But again, the downside is it's beautiful. We're having great, pretty days, and I can't look outside the airplane.
Aw, that stinks.
That's what's frustrating.
that
so-
stinks.
And everybody at home and are on the road listening, this is like, we don't really care that you're like.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I opened up the back door for about an hour, turned the heater off,
Mm.
and then
Still haven't turned my heat on.
No.
yeah,
yeah, Don did when we were.
No.
Yeah.
No. we're pushing it. We're trying to. I got a feeling this coming Monday that's going to change,
oof.
because the high's supposed to be like 38 with the low in the 20s.
Mhm.
But
But it's a dry cold.
yeah,
Okay,
Aw,
keep telling
aw.
yourself that.
but yeah, we've been holding off as long as we can.
Not us.
Yeah, we caved pretty quick.
Yeah, I got my own private heater in my office.
Yeah.
And I've used it more than once.
I feel like our leaves are holding on longer this year.
I agree. And I didn't know, like, around my house, I haven't noticed it too much. But driving up and down Riverside,
Yeah.
which is a road we take to get to the yard all the time, you can definitely see, because there's still like bright red and bright yellow
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
I feel like by this time last year, it was a barren wasteland.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the last little bit of windstorm, what day was that? Halloween? I thought for sure they were all going to come down, but it didn't happen. And I know our big tree in the back that it's holding on for dear life with its leaves too. I have a feeling it's all just going to go poof one morning,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Shake off.
Well, leaves, I mean, like, at some point, we do want the leaves to come off, right? Because they hold ice. And so if they don't shed their leaves, then they could potentially pull the tree or the limb down, right?
Sure. Sure.
Yep.
So,
Ice is very heavy.
yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a fan of vanilla ice.
Baby.
It's been a day. But we're here now, and we're here to talk about things that impact others.
All right. What are you going with?
I am going with Vince.
Where are we going?
Fort Wayne.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not flying with you to Fort Wayne, though.
Why not?
I'm not flying with you to Fort Wayne.
Okay.
I would.
Thank you.
Why not?
I would too.
I would hope if you're flying the plane that you would go.
Yeah. I'll fly with you anywhere else, just not Fort Wayne.
Just not Fort Wayne.
You ever been to Fort Wayne?
I have been to Fort Wayne, the sprawling metropolis.
Yeah.
Have you been to the
Yeah.
airport in Fort Wayne?
Yeah.
I've been to both.
Yes.
Yes, I've been to both airports, and now I can officially say I've flown into both airports.
Do they have a
Commercial airport?
thank you, a small international airport or whatever they call them?
Yes.
Regional?
Ye-
A regional airport.
Yes. So Fort Wayne, I think it might even be international because I think they do get like an Air Canada flight.
Ooh.
I know, right? They get to fly all the way to Toronto. It's about a 17-minute flight from Fort Wayne. Yeah, they have that. It's way south of town, though. I think that airport's like 45 minutes from actually being in
You
Fort
sure
Wayne.
it's not
isn't
just Indianapolis at that point?
it? No, I don't.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah.
nah, that's too far. But this one's cool. It's up kind of near where you remember where Bolt used to be?
Yeah.
It's up by them.
Hmm.
So, little bee thing. It's adorable.
Yeah. Fort Wayne International Airport lies 8 miles southwest of Fort Wayne in Allen County, Indiana.
The problem is there's no quick way to get there to from Fort Wayne. Like if you're in downtown Fort Wayne and you have to get to the airport,
Yeah.
it's all like little 30-mile-an-hour roads.
So
or
it feels like a long drive.
it feels like a long drive, or you have to get to the interstate, which from downtown to the interstate,
It's a drive.
it's a drive. They
Yeah.
did not put their downtown anywhere near their interstate, or vice versa.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, it's strange. It's adorable. I've gotten so many rental cars there.
That's what I was about to say. There's been multiple times we've driven in there with the truck because it's one of those that doesn't have low clearances or anything. So
Yeah.
you can pull right up. Don can hop out, run in, grab a rental car, and we're good for the weekend.
Oh yeah, like they don't even have a gate on the rental car like thing. You just walk across the road to what looks like a parking lot
Yeah.
and randomly pick a car and just drive off.
We did that in Peoria, I think, too.
Was it Peoria? I was
Yeah,
going to say we did
Peoria's
it
that way.
somewhere.
We weren't in the van. We were in the RV. And we pulled
Oh,
around
yeah.
to the departures/arrivals gate because it's just one
It's
little thing, you know. She went inside and I met her in the parking lot. We grabbed a car and left.
And
I
left
don't
the
know-
RV there.
I don't even know
Just
why.
back
I-
the RV
yeah,
in that
I
spot.
don't even know why she went inside. The keys were in the car. It's like, why even bother? Just go get a car and we'll have it back in a couple of days. They won't even know.
I could see Peoria being a place where you could take a straight truck, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure.
Thinking back now,
Yeah.
I want to say Arkansas was almost the same way. Fayetteville, home of Walmart.
Oh, they had the parking garage there. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Anyway.
It's been a while.
Columbus is not. Columbus is 12 foot 10
Yeah.
inches, something like that. So can't bring our trucks there. You can get close.
Well, you used to have
Right.
the turnout by the McDonald's, right by the
Yeah,
rental car center.
you could have done
But
it.
that McDonald's is gone and the turnout I believe, is
Oh,
gone too.
I just thought about that. The rental car center there now. So that actually might be easier. You'd have to throw your four-way flashers on and stop in the middle of the road. But you could, and someone could jump out because you're right there at the
We've done
rental
that.
car
But
center.
you can't loop back around.
Oh, you can't.
No, you have to go around the airport. I think when the McDonald's was there, before they started redoing
There was
the
that
airport
left
for the new
turn.
terminal, you had the left turn. Yeah, I don't think it's there anymore.
Dang, that terminal's coming along fast too.
It is.
That's impressive what they can do with
Yep.
no money. I know Memphis is like that. Memphis you can't do. I have had to walk. Had Eric drop me off
As close as you can get.
as close as you can get, which is what's it, Airways Boulevard or something like that. And then I've walked down to the rental car facility, and it's a hike.
We
And,
did that in Louisville. I dropped Don off, and bless his heart, he calls me like 10 minutes later. He got picked up by security. And they're like, "You can't be walking through the airport." Like they were not happy.
Wow.
Well,
at all.
it was when he ran across the runway. They're
That
like,
was the
"That's an
problem,
issue.
yeah.
You can't be running across."
yeah.
Did you get permission from Tower? You
Mm.
know,
They were not happy with him.
did they at least drop him off like at the rental car place?
No, they brought him back to the truck.
Oh,
really?
snap.
Oh,
We had to get an Uber and ride in Louisville.
Oh, that's crazy.
They would not let him continue on. They were not happy.
I think we've done that somewhere else. We do that in Savannah.
We did that in Savannah where I got as close as I could and you had to walk out because you took the car in. We got an Uber to the airport, I think.
I want to say though that we got as close as we felt we could get,
Yeah.
And then we called an Uber from where we were. It was like for the last 500 feet, but like we didn't want to risk that walking.
Yeah.
So we did call an Uber and did a little.
Columbus is very
It-
walkable, I feel like. If you actually got to Columbus's airport, I feel like all that you could walk pretty
I
easily.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have been to like the Memphis one I'm thinking of because we've actually done that a few times with FedEx and ES and everybody being there. That, I mean, you're walking on a pretty steep grass berm, and it's like it doesn't feel safe.
We rented a couple times from one in Jacksonville, Florida. So there's the Loves in Jacksonville. It's actually north of Jacksonville. And if you take their like little back road turnpike kind of thing, do you remember that? It's where we got the red flashy car. And but it was a tuck and roll kind of place. Like Vince could do a loop around the building,
There was a
but he would like come to the
Closed.
stop at a stop sign, and then I would like
there was a
Get out.
closed restaurant next door
that's what
that
it
we were able
was.
to pull into and go get the car.
Yeah. But we've done a couple of those. One in Dallas, I think, was the same thing.
Yep.
There was like a larger parking lot, maybe 3 blocks down. And he'd pull in there, and then he'd wait until I actually went and got the car and made
Yeah.
a good transaction. And then it was like, okay, we'll meet you at the truck stop.
Was that Love Field or DFW?
Might have been Fort Wayne. No, this was a one of the standalones. It wasn't an airport.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it was a standalone. We usually typically tried to do
Yeah.
because
Standalone real
because
quick.
typically you could get
go
a
through
Better deal.
DFW
you could
with
get
the
that
truck.
plus you can get a truck somewhat
Thanks for the warning. Too late.
near. Or
Yeah.
again,
Rick found
maybe
out
you could
the hard way.
do a loop around the block, and again, when you come to a stop sign, somebody can hop out and go get the rental car.
Yeah.
And try instead of trying to navigate. But those were our tips and tricks. I don't know. What are y'all doing nowadays out there? Tips and tricks.
I think we had the glory days because we had the we were driving during the $9.99 a day enterprise deal.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
you could
those are
rent a
cool.
car for $10 a day.
Yeah.
You only got 200 miles per day,
Which
But if
is
it-
nothing.
which is not a lot.
I mean,
but if
You're
you're
never going to use that much. Is what I mean.
exactly, I was gonna say
Yeah.
we get a 3-day rental, pick it up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 600 miles. Like, where am I going 600 miles?
Right.
You know. And then for $20 a day, it was unlimited. So if we did know, like, okay, well, I think in Vegas, it's like, all right, we're gonna head out to wherever and see this canyon, and then we're gonna go over Hoover Dam, and then we're gonna do this, and it's like, let's
Yeah.
opt for the unlimited miles to make sure we're fine. But no, it was the $10 day deal. That was great.
Sure.
I love that, and it's been gone for pretty much COVID. I think COVID killed that deal.
We started getting the let us choose your vehicle, and
Yeah, manager's choice.
It'll be manager's
Mhm.
choice. It'll be cheaper. And I told Vince, I'm like, it's cheaper. Who cares what it is at this
It's
point?
usually
Yeah.
a sedan of some
It's
kind.
just the
it was
two
a
of
it was a
us.
name your own price kind of thing. Tell us which.
Oh, that was a different
Oh.
was
company.
a different company. Okay.
That
All right.
that was with the red car where we got the great deal. But eventually, Enterprise was manager's choice. We got a Mini Cooper. We got a
It wasn't
Jeep.
just. It was a Mini Cooper Clubman, so a little bigger.
Yeah.
It's a nice little car.
for the cheapest of the
Jeep, yeah.
prices. The Jeep in
A Wrangler.
Lexington.
And the little fancy red car she told me it was a convertible Mustang.
That was the choose your
Yeah.
own.
She didn't
Price.
let- yeah,
Yeah.
they offered a price, and the guy was like, "Okay."
I like the we used to do those anything like that to get save a deal. Now I've gotten all bougie, so I like renting and knowing what I'm going to get. But
Sure.
I've showed up many times and I paid for a Nissan Versa and that's what I want, and they're like, "Oh, the Versa's going to be a little while." And I'm like, "I'll take anything." Like, what do you got?
They're like,
Let's-
"Do you want an expedition?"
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I'll
give
make it.
you a Yukon XL.
We go to San Francisco. That's the Rice-A-Roni treat.
Yes.
And we were parked outside of Gilroy, I think, over the hill. There's a dam, and then there's a big, giant Petro.
Yeah.
And we're parked there, and we're like, hey, let's go and go in the city. 'Cause it's still a couple hours away from San
Sure,
Francisco at that
yeah.
point, but we're like, we have a long time. Let's go. So we drove into the town on the other side of the interstate. So we're getting
So
further
you
away
went
from the
Los
dam.
Banos, which is on I-5,
Okay.
over to Gilroy, which is on the other side of
No.
138.
So we were so we're at the Petro.
in Los Banos
And
on
then we-
I-5.
Yeah, and then across the interstate is the town
Okay.
part of it.
Yeah.
And so they had an Enterprise there. Got
Okay, I
got the
see.
rental car,
I
brought
see.
the truck back to Petro, jumped it. But my point is, we ordered the economy special because we're
Yeah.
driving into San Francisco.
Sure.
I want a small car. Like if I'm going to New York City, I want a small car. And So we go to get that, and they give us a Hyundai, largest car they make, full size. It was like driving a Grand Marquis, huge car. And I'm like, but I want a small. They're like, that's all we have. I mean, we can wait here if you want and see if another one shows up. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So we take this giant Lincoln-sized car, town car, into San Francisco, which the whole trip over there is great. Oh, it's so comfortable. As soon as we get in the city, it's like, oof,
Yeah.
this is a lot.
Yeah.
Going down Lombard Street, oh my gosh, you should have seen the
yeah.
faces.
Wow.
They were like, that car does not belong here. So sometimes it, that bites you a little bit.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it was, but I've many times been like, we don't have what you wanted. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
One time, Eric, didn't you get a 15-passenger van once out of
Yes.
out of Sacramento?
I was up in Oregon, and I had to get a vehicle to go back to Las Vegas.
Yes.
And all they had was a 15-passenger van. So I'm driving a 15-passenger van down the West Coast.
And that was
Oh,
it
wow.
was a one-way rental
all by
too.
myself.
So-
I got
There were
pictures of
probably
that.
people that you could have picked up along the
Yeah,
way.
probably.
Could've
Yeah.
made money.
And I had to drive back to Columbus because I was picking up another truck. So we'd been driving together, and then we had enough of each other. No, the truck broke down. And we had to go here, and he was going there, and it was
I think we took off from Spokane.
Spokane. Might have been.
And then when we got down to like the gorge, you had to take the gorge going east. I kept going south.
All I remember is
It was more than I needed.
it was excessive for you, and I think I did get a Nissan Versa. And driving back, and just not realizing like how far Washington is from Columbus.
It's a bit of a drive.
Oh, yeah, because I'm thinking to myself like, I'll get one hotel stay.
Yeah. No. 3 hotels later.
With one person driving?
I know.
Yeah.
And out there, even the 80-mile-an-hour speed limits don't help.
Mm-mm.
It's
And-
it's just
That's where I got picture evidence that Onans are not the best.
oh yeah. Well, that's we're not trying to start controversy here. So, anyways, I'd heard that that we have an emergency rule coming for non-domiciled CDL holders, and I don't know what this means. So I was reading an article the other day because I think we've already talked about this whole the non-domiciled CDL holders, and it's kind of been something we've been tracking as we go. It started out with the English language proficiency, and
Right.
then it kind of developed into this non-domiciled U.S. truck driver CDL holders. And I was reading an article the other day that said the USPS, that's the United States Postal Service, these are the mail. They carry the mail, right? They, not UPS, not to be confused with What Can Brown Do For You. They banned, I believe it was when was it? It was a while back. They banned, it says a few weeks ago, whatever that means. They banned non-domiciled CDL holders from working for them. So what they told their warehouses and all their places to do
Mhm.
was when a mail carrier or one of these big trucks shows up
Sure.
with the mail, if they're a non-domiciled CDL holder, do not unload them. I believe, correct, right? That's
Well, it was not to load them.
oh, not to load them. Sorry.
Yeah, not to load them.
So they weren't allowed to load the trailers and would send them away or whatever. And immediately they had widespread cancellations. The mail set, they filled up their warehouses immediately. It was bad. And even the U.S. Post Service was like, we didn't realize
How many they had?
how many they had.
Yes.
Now,
Now, these weren't USPS employees.
correct.
These were contractors
Yes.
or companies that USPS contracts with.
Yes.
They weren't allowing their drivers that were non-domiciled
Exactly.
to haul their loads.
And so what USPS does, the person that comes to your house and delivers your mail, if they're in the AM General USPS, thank you, vehicle, the classic mail truck, then they are a U.S. Postal Service employee. They work for the federal government. There's a bunch of other vehicles they're using now as well. And those people that, for the most part, that deliver mail to your house, if you are in a metropolitan area, are post office employees.
Right.
If you go to, if you're like out rural areas, they will contract with people to haul the mail. And so that's when you see people showing up like in Dodge Caravans
Mhm.
We have
or,
that in Trail,
yeah,
Oregon.
I've seen some people, even they have the, a regular Jeep,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's kind of like a throwback to the 80s when they had the mail Jeeps.
Right.
That they have those that they're delivering mail in, or we knew one guy out in Missouri, he was doing it in a Ford Taurus, and
Whatever it takes.
he removed his seats,
Yeah.
he put in professional brakes, like he stripped his car down and like literally put in a high performance braking system,
Wow.
because if you think about it, as a mail carrier, you're on your brakes all day long.
All day long.
That is the
Yeah,
part that
all the
gets
time.
abused the most
Yeah.
on those
Yeah.
vehicles. So those people are contractors. So they are hauling the mail for local delivery, but they also, to get their deliveries done across state lines. So if you are mailing something that's not staying in your hometown, those primarily are contractors.
Yes.
So most of your mail, if it's not staying in your local area, is getting put on an 18-wheeler and shipped across state lines or to warehouse or what have you. That's all being done by contractors.
Yes.
And this is the people that they're primarily dealing with, right? The issues happening with. It sounds like.
Right. So what they were doing is they implemented a policy where contractors couldn't use drivers with non-domiciled CDLs. Now, this policy didn't say anything about immigration or anything. It was strictly if you had a non-domiciled CDL, meaning you got your CDL in a state that you didn't live in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a non-domiciled CDL.
Yes.
You could not deliver USPS freight from one USPS terminal to another.
How do they know? I'm sorry, but how do we know?
I don't know how they don't know, because because maybe your CDL has your out-of-state address on it. I don't know.
I actually think and I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I do think it actually says non-domiciled on the actual CDL.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
I
does it?
believe it does,
Oh.
because we've
Okay.
had situations, we don't currently, but we have had situations in the past where people are in America on a visa, and so they can legally have a CDL and they can drive for us, and they do have a CDL that is issued by a state and it's non-domiciled because they're not here permanently.
Sure.
Right. So we've seen that it's not been illegal,
Right.
and USPS isn't even saying we're saying no because of legal or illegal. It's because of abuses that have been happening
Right.
from that.
Sure.
So they took kind of what was intended to be a really good thing. I think it was like 2017. This even became an option.
The non-domiciled CDL did in
yes.
2017. Yeah. So there is a possibility where you could be a U.S. citizen and have a non-domiciled CDL. If you live in California, let's say,
Yes.
and you go to school with Prime,
Yes.
based out of Missouri, and Prime School is in Missouri, you can get your license in Missouri, being a California resident.
Absolutely.
Your CDL.
Very
So that's another way you can have a non-domiciled CDL.
very common. You
Yeah.
see that all the time with
Sure.
like Swift and Knight and any of those training schools. I mean, Swift has locations all across America, but they don't have them in every state.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
that's a common thing because they also have the testers,
Yes, they have the testers as well
and the tester can only do the test for his state
for his state.
or for her state, and so that's kind of how that happens.
So what happened with all this mail? I feel like that's a whole sleuthy mystery in itself.
So
Well, so the mail just didn't get delivered
Correct.
because they couldn't load a truck. It sat in that warehouse until they could get a truck to load it that had a domiciled CDL holder.
But
So-
was there like weeks worth
Well-
of?
so it doesn't say that, but here's what's interesting. USPS had planned to start that ban in January 1st. So they'd already discussed it a year ago, and they said, all right, January 1st, we're going to do this, right? And they kept getting so much pushback from their suppliers, from the carriers that are hauling their mail, that they delayed it, and they finally rolled it out. And so they thought, hey, this is going to be fine. But Pete, I'm going to mess this up, wrote Soleus, who is...
I need to back you up a little bit.
Go ahead.
So they planned a delayed ban until January 1st. So after the up,
Yes.
when they said, okay, we're going to immediately stop this and you can do it, then they plan to delay the ban until January 1st of 2026.
Oh.
That's the way I'm reading this.
Okay, you might be right. I might have missed that. Okay, I follow what you're saying. Okay, so what you're asking what happened to backed up mail.
Yes.
They actually were pretty quick to respond. So I don't think there was that much backed up mail from what I can understand. So we're going back to Pete, who is the
Rasolius?
yes, sure, who is the USPS senior VP of logistics. He talked to all the suppliers on a call and said, quote, "We did not understand the magnitude of how many people were using non-domiciled CDLs, and quite honestly, the amount of omits was astronomical. And right now, I am not willing to impact service that bad." He then said, "We are announcing what we're announcing as of right now is you can go back to using non-domiciled CDL holders."
Oh.
And then that's okay. That's when they planned the delay until January 1st. Now I
yes.
follow what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. However, that's now, I believe, even though it was what their initial plan was, that's not what they're following because
Those suppliers pushed back and said, no, I can't. That's not going to work.
I don't think that's what they said. I think that our good friend Sean P. Duffy has implemented an emergency interim rule on non-domiciled commercial driver's license. Am I misreading that?
They took their people out, but then they realized the magnitude of their errors. So then they said, let's have these people anyway.
Yes.
But then the carriers that had hired these people said, no, you did the dirty deed already, so we're going to still stick it to you.
No. The carrier said, hey, or the post office said, we're missing too many things. We're not getting freight picked up.
So we're going to
take you back. Yes, with the idea that they were going to then so we're let's say October 1st, they said, oh, we're reversing our policy. Bring on your drivers, non-domiciled, domiciled. We don't care. Bring them on. We got to get this mail delivered. We're going to implement this though on January 1st. We will no longer allow non-domiciled CDL drivers to haul our freight.
So they'll be better prepared, they think.
Yes, and the suppliers were like, we can't do that.
We still can't do that by
Still can't do that by January 1st. We can't hire enough drivers for this.
Oh,
And the USPS said, okay, well, we're going to do this. We don't know when yet.
Yeah.
I see.
So the big thing.
So everybody's on the same page.
Yes.
I don't think they like it. So, yes. So as you may have noticed in the news, mail carriers are falling left and right. It's a
Sure.
So the mail runs, USPS absolutely runs on the lowest bid wins. So the lane between Columbus, Ohio and Indianapolis opens up. And they say, hey, we have 10 trucks worth of mail that goes between these two every day. Who wants to do it? Vince says, I'll do it for $100,000 a month. I don't know what that really comes out to, but let's just say $100,000 a month. And I say, I'll do it for $90,000 a month. Eric over there has a fleet of non-domiciled workers who will work for pennies because they are living in the trucks. Don't have a home to support, yada, yada, yada. Whatever reason, he can do it very cheap. He says, I'll do it for $75,000.
Oof.
So he undercuts it. He gets the contract. What you've seen lately with mail carriers going out of business is that the mail requires you to negotiate those prices, including fuel. There's no plus a fuel surcharge. So a lot of mail carriers did exactly what we just talked about, but Eric said, and fuel right now is $3.86 a gallon. So he's fine when fuel's that price or lower. Even he buffered a little bit, so if fuel goes to $4 a gallon, he's cool. Well, fuel went to $4.20, $4.30 a gallon. Now, all of a sudden, he can't pay his employees and cover his fuel bill and pay all the notes on the trucks. And so, after so long, the cash is gone, the company goes out of business. That's what's happened with mail carriers all over America, is when fuel is high, they die. They just can't make any money. And then when fuel is low, they make really good money. But the USPS, because they're saying lowest bid wins, they are getting really what some people call bottom feeders, just the people that are
Sure.
they're doing it as cheaply as they
Sure.
can. So as cheaply as they can means if you're a non-domiciled CDL holder, even if you're a non-domiciled CDL holder that is a U.S. citizen, you probably are living in the truck. You're probably not going home. And so they take advantage of that, right? And so it's really not a good thing. These people are some people are sure are running great, honest, good companies. I don't want to say hashtag everybody, but it does create an environment that is very easy for predators to prey.
Sure.
And so that's kind of been the problem. And that really is the problem with the entire non-domiciled CDL holders is you can work with people who are in various life situations and sometimes are not in the best of life situations, right? Be it home life domestically in America or be it that you're working in America under a visa. And sometimes you were working under a visa and that visa's expired, but they don't care. They'll just keep working you. So that does create a really bad situation, you know.
And that's a part of why they came out with the emergency rule, which leads into the next article about capacity. You know, the emergency rule was put into place because people were taking advantage of not loopholes, but just failures of the non-domiciled CDL system,
Yes.
where someone could come in to the country legally, get a non-domiciled CDL legally, but their visa expires in a year, but their CDL is good for 4
or 6 in some cases.
or longer. So now, after that year and their visa's expired, where their CDL is still valid, and that's what they've been running on. And that's been the big issue, is those types of things where they're not lining up. In the immigration cases, the expiration of the visa does not line up with the CDL. So drivers have been able to continue working even though they're not necessarily legal residents in the country, but they have the CDL that's still good, and there haven't been checks and balances there.
Yes.
So on the 29th of September, the Department of Transportation announced an emergency interim final rule to restrict non-domiciled CDL licenses. CDLs, excuse me. This action aims to address the widespread abuse in issuing these licenses to immigrants, which has caused substantial disruptions in trucking and supply chain industries. The findings from an audit that was done by the DOT revealed that at least 200 such licenses have been issued nationwide.
200,000.
200,000, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's a
with
lot.
high concentrations in certain states. California emerged as a significant problem area where the audit found that over 25% of non-domiciled CDLs were granted improperly. That's quite a bit.
It is.
That's a lot of people that are on the road with an improper license.
And
right?
it gets blurry because as a state they can give whoever they want a license based
Right.
on whatever their criteria is.
Sure.
But then they cross interstate lines, and then it's like, well, now you're not an approved driver in Arizona because you don't meet the criteria. But these states have normally have reciprocity, so they are able to do that. So, in a lot of cases, like maybe you're a 15-year-old driver in a car, like in your state it's legal, and in my state it's not. If you drive over and you have the chaperone or whatever, like you're supposed to have, then they will generally allow it. It's fine. And that's kind of what's been happening here, is that it's been allowed. What they're finding is that other people have learned, hey, these are the states that are very friendly to this, and let's really use them. And states like California in particular are very lax when it comes to the English proficiency rule. You don't necessarily have to speak English to get a CDL there.
Right.
So even though it's a requirement federally, you can locally get it, and it's fine. And I mean, there's a whole thing that goes into CDL mills have popped up in these states, and they are making it super easy for people to get CDLs that are not qualified.
Wow.
And again, that's not everybody.
Sure.
There are some people that
No.
go through these CDL mills that are perfectly fine,
Sure.
great CDL drivers.
But they're looking to crack down on the CDL mills as well.
Absolutely.
Is it like a
There's-
turbine though, or is it really a mill?
It's a mill.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a mill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is an article in Freight Waves. Our friend, a friend of the podcast, Extrader Boogie,
Yes.
did a video on this. If you want more information, go check out Boogie's video on the tightening, the possible tightening of capacity because of the non-domiciled CDLs, the new rules on non-domiciled CDLs.
It was a great article. He did a good job.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
a good video.
Well, and there's so many things right now going on with capacity. So I know we are in what feels like the never-ending freight recession of, I think in 2023 or 4, I said, hey, this thing's coming, but it's not going to be a recession. It's just a softening of the market. And I have never been more proven wrong in all of my life. It just feels like this, like, is it ever going to end? Right? So two things, it's supply and demand, right? So you can do two things. You can either boost the economy, which is what we saw in 2021, 2022,
Right.
when the economy went crazy. And so the demand was so high for stuff that we were able to really get record rates per mile,
Sure.
and it was a boom for trucking like it's never existed before. It will never probably exist again. That was insane. If you got in during that time and you're just waiting for that to happen again, you may go your whole life and never see it.
Yeah.
That was a crazy bloop. But what we're in, so you can have that by creating crazy supply. What happened is so many people got in the business during that time because they wanted a piece of that pie that now we have crazy. I'm sorry, that was crazy demand. So many people got into the business that now we have crazy supply. There's way too many companies. Way too many people bought trucks. Daimler, which owns Freightliner, Western Star, Volvo Trucks, which owns Volvo and Mack, PACCAR, which is Peterbilt and Kenworth. They were making as many trucks as they possibly could. They couldn't sell. Like, if you wanted a truck, you had to wait in line to get one. It was craziness because they were selling so many trucks. So there's so many trucks, so many operators, so many drivers out there on the market that it just pushed rates to the floor. Because now a shipper doesn't have to pay you in your high rate. They can just go to the next person and,
Right.
and get a lower rate. And so they're saying two things are going to happen that we're going to see over the next year. This is a long time out. This is a year, 18 months, that is going to kind of help us out, regardless if the economy picks up or not. Because they're taking that out of the picture. Because the economy could pick up and freight could pick up naturally.
Sure.
But let's ignore that aspect for a second. You've got this English proficiency standard that's come out. That's weeding out tons of drivers. I think the last thing I saw was 25,000 drivers, something like
yeah.
that. It's
So
gone.
about 10% is what the article is saying.
Yep. And then you've got the non-domiciled CDL emergency rule, which that's getting rid of a lot
A lot.
of drivers. Now, granted, some of those drivers will just relocate and then get a domiciled CDL and it'll be fine. But
Sure.
but it's going to push a good number of them out of the business. Like, all the ones that are doing it unethically, it's going to push them out.
Yes.
And then you've also got a situation where trucks haven't been built over the past year, 2 years. The truck purchases, the number of trucks that are being built are way, way down. So like PACCAR, so again, Kenworth, Peterbilt, they are now running, a morning and afternoon shift. They're not running an overnight shift. Same with Freightliner. They've laid off quite a few people, so has Volvo and Mack Trucks. They are literally just not building many trucks at all. If you look at your majorly huge carriers, your Covenants, your Swift, your Knight, your Warner, your JB Hunt, they're not buying trucks. They're literally sitting back going like, we're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
And a lot of their used trucks go into the market that feed on the secondary on all this. So they're holding on to those trucks. They're not selling them. And so you do have literally just old equipment that's aging out, and there's nothing replacing it. So you've got an equipment side of it as well that's disappearing. So now you've got this thing where we're losing drivers for 3 different reasons, and now we don't have the trucks we had before. And so that's why they're saying, hey, it's going to there's going to be this uprising, this things are getting better, not necessarily because economy's growing,
Right.
but because the ability to move the freight is
It's
decreasing, and as the ability decreases, the cost per mile goes up. What it costs a shipper goes up. What it costs a freight broker goes up, because now you're more in demand than you ever have been. So it's good news, and there's no way to fix it quickly. It's not like tomorrow, Freightliner can pop out 10,000 trucks.
Right. It takes time to ramp back
It
up.
takes time to ramp back up. They got to hire all those employees
Mm-hmm.
back. They got to go through and teach people. They got to get their supply chains because, if they speculate this year we're building, I don't know, 20,000 trucks.
Right.
They're only buying 40,000 headlights. You know what I mean? And so they've told their suppliers only build us 40,000 headlights.
Right.
20,000 left, 20,000 right. And so if now they're like, oh my gosh, there's so much demand, we could build 30 or 40,000 trucks. Their suppliers can't keep up. They haven't ordered enough aluminum and they haven't ordered enough steel because they're ordering all that stuff a year in advance. They're not ordering it month by month. I mean, there's some room there, obviously, for a little bit of growth, but not substantially. So I think that's the silver lining, and that's kind of what the article was going to, was especially with this non-domiciled CDL emergency rule, that the capacity is diminishing quite a bit, and that is hugely good for us. So one thing that I like as expediting specifically that we see
Sure.
is the 20,000-pound monkey in the room that we don't talk about, our elephant in the room or gorilla in the room, whatever you want to call it, is that there are a lot of companies that have bought these used Penske trucks. We've all seen them, 24-foot
Mhm.
Penske trucks.
Yep.
And they will either build a sleeper into the back of the truck. So literally put a little partition up. They'll put carve a hole in the back of the sleeper, the back of the truck, and that will be the sleeper as they actually crawl into what used to be the cargo box. And there's a wall there, so they're not with the cargo, but they have their own sleeper. Or there's a company that puts those big fiberglass dome-looking things over the cabs, and they can climb up in the cab and sleep.
Yeah.
That is primarily, not completely. So if you're listening, you're going, hey, I'm doing that. I'm not talking about everybody, but that is a huge push on rates that are pushing rates down. Is that has made the ability to get into a truck and get to expediting easy, very easy. So companies are now doing that. Most of them are not following ELD compliance, and so a lot of them are either using AOBRs or they're using ELDs. You keep seeing online that ELDs, news article comes out every couple months. These ELDs are no longer allowed on the market, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just new companies putting ELDs out that can be edited. That's the big issue, is they can be edited because like the companies we use, you can't edit them. They can be edited, so they're going through and they're changing drive time. It's the modern day electronic version of running with 3 logbooks. You remember that, Jerry? And so that's killing us. They're buying cheap trucks. They are having solo drivers operate as teams, and they're fixing their logs on the backside to make it work. Well, most of us say, well, who would go do that? That's crazy. I'm not going to go do that. But if you have come to America and you have legally gotten here and you've gone to a CDL school and your cost of living is not the same as it is for the average American, you can take less money, and that's just driving those rates down, down, down. So the CDL drivers, a lot of them are victims. They're not the enemy here. It's these companies that are preying on these people. That's the problem. And so going after those companies is difficult. Killing their suppliers by making it to where you can't work with these people anymore, to have officers checking, can you speak English or not, to have shippers are now going to be, they said recently, just came out a couple days ago, that they're going to start holding shippers responsible. So if you as a
Wow.
shipper are using someone who can't speak English, or you're using someone who is a non-resident CDL holder with limitations, because there's some big asterisks with that one right now, then we will hold you accountable for it as well. So all of that is kind of crushing those companies that are taking advantage of people. So I think it's a good thing. I do like, I know there's problems. It's nothing that's going to be simple. Nothing that's going to be easy, right? But it's a major crackdown on some really bad fraud that's been plaguing the industry, and
Sure.
some bad business practices. And it's only going to help everyone that's out here doing it legally. Everyone that's out here, so if you are in your Penske truck that has that thing that you paid for and that you're out here doing, it's only going to help you out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's only going to help
Yeah.
out the owner operator who has saved his whole life or her
Yep.
whole life to run that truck. It's only going to lift all of that stuff up, right?
Sure.
And so,
Sure.
I'm excited about it. It's going to be a slow burn, though.
It is gonna
takes
be a slow burn.
it
It
takes a
won't
long
It
time to
won't
weed
happen
this out.
quickly. It will not happen quickly. That's for sure.
Slow burn.
But that's fine. You know, was it a old friend of mine? He was actually a pastor of a church. It was a big church, and they had some unique policies and procedures inside of how they do business. And he said the whole purpose of it was, think of a ship. A ship is moving. It takes a lot to stop a ship, and if you want to make change, it's very slow. It's very gradual. And the whole ship moves together. And I think about that when it comes to big changes. Like, being nimble is super helpful in some circumstances, but in others, we saw what nimble did when in 22. Nimble brought a ton of people in the industry
Right.
that really killed rates and actually ended up backfiring and killing the industry, or not killing it, but really hurting
Really
it.
hurting it. Yeah.
So having this become a slow-moving ship that slowly gets better, I think, is more sustainable and is better for longevity. It's very interesting to see what's happening. I mean, honestly, when this all first, if you go back and listen, because it's all recorded, it's all out there. When this all first started happening, we were talking about how this feels somewhat racist, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we were
we were.
talking about, hey, this is
We
just
were.
doesn't seem right. This whatever. Now that so many facts have come out and so much information's gotten out, I think we're realizing that, hey, no, this is actually a big part of fraud that most of us didn't know existed.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Levels of safety.
Yeah, safety. That's a big one.
And then just unfairly hurting Americans. There's a part of that too, right? So, I don't know. It's very interesting. I can't wait to see how this plays out even more. I'm sure we'll keep y'all
Probably
informed
have
as
some
we
articles
go.
come next one.
I can only imagine.
Keeps unfolding quickly.
Absolutely. And we're, as y'all can tell, we're a little behind the 8 ball on this. If you really want to keep up with this, I highly encourage y'all check out Expediter Boogie. That's him right here. It's a good picture.
There's a good picture of him.
Them.
Friend of the podcast.
Aw.
Yes. For the podcast, he does some great work, and he is way more up to date than we are. He is when news breaks, he's like on it. So check him out, and also he's just a funny, likable person.
Are we
Is
talking
that-
the same Extrader Boogie?
I was gonna say that's what the copy said to say.
I
Right?
like-
Oh, that's
I
what
like
but
it, Jerry.
I wonder who wrote it.
No,
Are
we are
I
we
wonder who
sponsored
wrote
by
that.
Expediter?
today we are sponsored by Expediter Boogie.
I'm
Did
like,
you know
okay.
that?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does some
that
great
come with
videos,
coffee?
great content.
It does not come. with-
Coffee and cookies. in the
If you
green
show
room.
up at his house, from what I understand, he will provide you cookies and coffee.
He will.
I only got coffee.
I got cinnamon rolls and coffee.
What the?
What?
You did.
It's been a hot moment
Oh,
That
now.
was a long time ago. I was about to
I don't
say.
wanna-
I should come over again.
I don't want to say anything, but
I can-
No, you shouldn't
I can
because
Uber. Oh,
yeah.
when the
li-
time's right, I'll
Listen.
Uber over.
all I'm saying
I'll eat them for you.
is I got wine and lasagna.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh. When I
That
go over
sounds
there, he just
nice.
hands me a computer through the car window and sends me on my way.
well, that's because you're his enemy.
You got an espresso.
I did get an espresso. He's right. I did.
I think you like a chorcata.
I got a
Cortata?
Cortado.
I did get a cortado. Yes,
That's not a coffee though.
it is a coffee.
Oh,
It's
Yes.
espresso and cream.
I don't know why y'all got to mess up espresso with anything.
It's so warming
Oh.
and comfortable.
Really good espresso is water, pressure, bean, cup.
Well, he was working on getting the machine work just right.
Just right.
Just right.
I
Yeah,
was still experimented at
I've
the time.
not yet experienced your just rightness with your coffee machine.
She said it was bad last time she was there. That's what I just heard. Is that what you just heard? I've
not-
yet to experience your goodness with your coffee. I heard that's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I've yet to experience your new machine. Period.
Oh,
I don't know if it can be still
Have
be
you
called
been
new.
to-
He's had it for like 9
I
months
know.
now.
Okay, I've yet
It's
to
practically a
experience
child.
the new
It is,
machine
yeah.
from 9 months ago.
It's
do you want to
just
experience
walking.
it? go to like an old school coffee shop,
Yeah.
and when you see that gigantic like Volkswagen Beetle size thing,
His?
that's it.
Does it take up the whole kitchen?
No.
Oh.
No, just half.
I need to come over and just have a cup of coffee.
I'm actually going to have to buy a new one. Not
What?
not espresso.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, right.
Not espresso.
9 months, I'm good.
My Breville drip machine. It's malfunctioning.
How old is it?
Oh my goodness.
It's over 3 years.
How much coffee do you need a bun?
We
He does need a bun.
we probably we're easily making
Yeah.
3 pots a day minimum.
Okay, it's time
Oh
for
my
it's time
goodness,
for
that's
it.
How much coffee?
It's time for a bun. You can buy them at what's the restaurant supply store here?
Restaurant Depot.
Restaurant. You can buy 'em at Restaurant Depot. You don't need bougie. You
No.
need bun. They
So
keep,
we
they-
don't need a new one, but our hot plate on ours is corroded already. We've had ours maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, maybe a year and a half.
But it works perfect, but it's
not
ugly
a Breville.
looking.
It's not a Breville.
I don't want to
Oh,
brag,
no.
but our Mr. Coffee, it's like 8 years old.
I know Don looked
Works
at me.
great.
He's like, "Don't we still have a warranty?" And I'm like, Just because it's Breville, no, it still comes with just a 1-year limited warranty."
See, that's what stinks about Bed Bath & Beyond being out of business is they warranted their products for life. Did y'all know that? Unlimited return policy.
Mm.
So, if you had something and 5 years old and it's like, it could work, and put it back in the box, bring it over to them,
Who's
and they would
keeping a
return
box
it.
for 5 years.
I do.
I do. Oh, under our steps, it's like a total fire hazard.
I've moved so many times. If I get rid of a box, then for some reason I need it again to move.
We keep some of our boxes like
Are we doing things wrong
TV.
in our house, Luke? Sharon?
Actually, you know that I think about it?
Sir Luke?
Bed Bath & Beyond doesn't require you to actually have the box.
Oh my goodness.
You just had to bring it back. There, I don't think you had to have a box.
Receipt?
A receipt, that was it.
Who keeps receipts?
And if you didn't have the receipt, they could check your
Digital.
credit card.
All right.
It's a
Hopefully, you
digital
can get a
thing.
new card.
Well, we don't have to worry about that because we used to take pictures and just throw it online and we'll have it saved. But
Saving boxes.
it doesn't matter. They're gone.
All right.
They're a Barnes and Noble now, at least in our community.
Yeah, I think it's the heating element though. It's whenever it makes the coffee, like it comes out just barely warm. It's not hot anymore.
Oh, Jared can replace it for you.
That's what a microwave is for.
that.
Can you microwave coffee?
I agree.
Yeah, Jared can fix that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
Jared,
to
just bring it to
buy
ELW.
something.
He'll
Yep.
pop that thing out. He'll put a new one
Take
in.
care of it. Yep, right away.
You can't do one yourself? Come on.
I thought Breville's were supposed to be so good you could just repair them.
It
Do you
seems
have
like
any
it.
idea who you're talking
The
to?
money you pay for it, it seems
a
like it.
couple of screws.
It's a
find
80
an element, throw
89
an
cent
element in
part.
there.
See if you can get parts for it, heating element for it, and if you can, order it, and I'll send Heather over to fix it for you.
Yes.
I'll be happy to help you with that.
Yeah,
Or
Let's
Or-
rephrase that. You'd be
See-
happy to do that for
So-
me.
maybe
Not
Yeah,
help
no,
you.
right.
get the model number.
I
Yeah.
don't do
See
that
if I can
stuff.
get the
And then
part
you
for
just-
it. And
you
then
take
I just take it. I
you
take
take
it.
it,
I'll recycle it
recycling
for you.
Yeah, that's right.
We're heading down to the landfill.
Absolutely.
I'll recycle it
Yeah, I'll
for you,
take
and then I'll
care.
have a Breville.
Yeah,
That's a good
That's what you
idea.
should do.
Should do
he'll
that.
never know.
He won't.
With lukewarm
He
water.
never comes to the house.
He never-
So.
Well,
End up with
I mean,
Or if
he doesn't
does,
want
let us
he
know.
doesn't want
Bought a new
glitter.
one.
I get
Yeah,
that.
that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
A bun. My grandmother had a bun for years. It was a big thing in the back of her hair. And she used to.
Yes.
My grandma had an actual bun coffee maker, but she had like the actual like one
From
that
the
they
factory?
from the restaurant.
Oh,
And
Plumbed and everything.
it- yes.
The problem is they all have hot plates.
no, well, yes, they do. But the nice thing about the bun is it keeps the water hot. So like your reservoir is always hot. So as soon as you want coffee, you put your scoops in there, you press the button, and it's immediately making coffee. It's super nice. Now you are
So
running.
You have to consume
you-
in a quick manner. Though,
so you
if
are
don't
running
want
a
it
You
to
don't
burn.
have to consume in a quick manner. It just produces it quickly.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to burn on a plate. So right
but
now
you
his
just
isn't
do.
on a plate.
Why don't you take it off the
Your
plate?
Breville doesn't have a hot plate?
No.
No.
His goes in a
It's the
thermos.
Oh, the thermos thing.
You can't. Watch how easy this is. Solved.
But then it doesn't. It's not in a thermos though, unless you
Use your Breville.
transfer
Use
it.
your Breville. Does your Breville thermos not work on anything but a Breville?
Who wants to make coffee and then transfer it to another?
No, I'm saying
Oh,
go
for
drip
Pete's
right
sakes.
into the
Oh.
Breville.
You're
It'll be on
making
a
it
hot plate.
complicated.
I'm glad there's so many people here to help.
Go to
right.
go to McDonald's and get coffee from the
No.
red one. Wait a minute.
Jeez.
McDonald's coffee's delicious.
It's really good coffee.
It's such good
Oh, my
coffee.
goodness.
Oh,
This coming from the person who likes Pilot coffee. Ooh.
Ew.
Pilot House
Pilot has really good
Pilot
coffee.
House
Vince says
Blend.
the same thing.
Pilot House Blend, 3 cubes of ice because it is
I just-
approximately.
It's hot.
It's
Oh,
just
it's
feel
hot.
hot. 3
Yeah.
cubes of ice and the chilled. They have chilled
No. I
name
even
brand
tried it
French
again
vanilla.
because you said
Ah.
that. You
Yeah.
said that. I just went. I had to bring a truck back last week. I tried it because I was like, okay, Patrick and Vince and everybody says that they got really, really good
Everybody.
coffee. I was at a Pilot. I went in. They even had the machine that like brewed it all, ground the
Yeah.
beans.
Oh,
and all
that's
that stuff.
no.
I do the
I
Sumatra
tried-
from there.
Oh, but you can't do the one that brews it. You got to do the one that's like
No,
the
I do the
standard.
Sumatra from the fresh grind and brew.
Oh, you do? Oh, I don't.
tried
I
their
do.
fresh-
No.
I tried their brewed.
Mhm.
It was disgusting. I poured it out. I tried the grind the beans and brew. I couldn't even. I got in the truck and it was like 3 sips in. It was just disgusting. I had to pour it out.
I've never
I
had
talk
it.
to a lot of drivers when they come in through the yard, and coffee, best coffee on the road is a common topic with veteran drivers, and I would say 8.5 out of 10 say Pilot has the best coffee on the road.
I agree with you. I think your
I-
tastes are just messed up. I mean, they even say so when you're driving down the interstate behind a Pilot
Mhm.
truck.
They do.
It says
And I call that
best
false.
coffee on the
Exactly.
I
interstate.
call that false
Yes.
advertising.
So do you like
think-
Love's better? Or
I do not.
I-
I don't like
He
any
doesn't like
truck
any
stop.
truck stop
I've
coffee.
never
Okay.
I've never
See?
seen Love's haul an 18-wheeler full of coffee the way Pilot
No,
does.
I haven't either.
So Jerry, let's get real here. One moment.
It's all
Time
about
out.
what you put in the
So
coffee.
if there were no such thing as your own coffee maker in your own truck or your own home, and you were forced to drink a truck stop coffee, is there a preference, or you would just go all water?
He's like Pilot House Blend.
If I was forced, I would be stopping at Starbucks every chance I got.
No.
I will
The-
drink Starbucks, but
they-
it's not my favorite.
They've pulled those out of most of the TAs.
You could still park and walk. I would get Starbucks.
Can we-
I see.
Okay,
I
can
see.
I-
So just no truck stop.
It's just
I-
horrible.
Can I,
I
just,
get it.
can I-
No, and I do. I agree.
Can I bring all of us together?
Yeah.
Absolute worst truck stop coffee on the entire interstate is
TA.
TA. Period.
Period. Hands down.
Hands down.
10
That
out,
is
10 out of 10 drivers agree.
hate. It's god awful. It's like
God-awful.
they're like we'll raise you one Pilot, and we're gonna claim that number 1 spot.
Yes, we are.
We will claim that number 1 spot. We will not be number 2.
No.
It is
Number one
number
worst
1
coffee
worst
on the
coffee
road.
by far, which is
Yeah.
crazy because if you go to an Iron Skillet or a Country Pride,
Different coffee.
delicious coffee. Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. Well, they know
Yeah.
you're captive. They not captive. They know you're going to be there and they want a tip.
Right.
So it's good coffee.
Yeah, save you good coffee.
But
It's actually brewed nicely. But
Yeah.
yeah, you go to somewhere that doesn't have good coffee, that's when I would get the cold brew out of the fridge, pre-made crap.
I would just grab a
Just
Coke
because I
Zero
need coffee.
and be done with it.
I travel with 5 hours. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. About
I
me.
didn't know that. Wasn't aware.
Tell you what, been doing this Alani thing recently.
Yeah,
It's really
different
good.
story. That was
Yeah,
just way too sweet.
It's way too sweet.
Way
There
too
was a
sweet.
survey that came. They were talking about it on Good Morning America the other day, and they were saying that more and more, like the younger generation now, is going, foregoing the coffee shops and everything, and they're actually like going out of business and stuff because more and more young people are just going straight to the energy drinks.
Interesting.
It makes sense. My energy drink, I buy them in bulk, so they're like $1.80 a piece.
Yeah, but if you're buying them one at a time in the retail store, it's like $4 still. It's not. You're not saving money over a coffee.
I get that, but if I buy them in bulk,
Yeah.
$1.80 a piece. If I go to Starbucks, I'm $6
Easy.
No,
easy.
$3.78 for a large.
Yeah, that's coffee.
That is coffee, but
No,
not
I
That's
mean-
all I want is coffee.
Yeah, but
espresso.
I would get a latte or something.
Espresso. Breve.
Dirty chai latte. It's good.
So
Kit
Jerry,
Kat. Kit Kat. Gotta get it warm.
Yes, definitely.
Jerry, what have we missed?
So if you've enjoyed everything that you have heard today, and if you would like to learn more about Hyfield Trucking, check us out at hyfieldtrucking.com, or I've totally lost my train of thought. Hey, if you've enjoyed the show, we would love to hear your thoughts and comments on the show. Please leave them down in the comments section. We do read all of those. Or send us an email over at theouterbeltpodcast@gmail.com. If you're interested in Hyfield trucking and everything that we have to offer over here or learn more about the expedited industry, check us out over at hyfieldtrucking.com. Give our recruiting department a call at 833-HYFIELD. That's 833-493-4353, option 1, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have a live chat function on our website as well if you'd like to reach out to us that way.
That only happens if I've had enough coffee. Wink, wink. I'm kidding.
Make sure you hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. We see a lot of you out there that are watching the show, but you're not hitting the subscribe button. It really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm and really does help the channel out.
Well, but what's the subscription fees?
0.
Oh.
It is completely free.
Nice.
Is that introductory price, like free for the first 3
No,
episodes? and
free
then-
forever.
Wow. Well, I don't know if we
That'll
should say
be-
forever. I mean,
For
for a
the-
while, for the
For
foreseeable
life
future.
of the show.
I don't know about. Okay, we'll see.
Uh,
All right.
I'm
Well,
throwing out some
listen.
awfully-
We gotta.
we may
Yeah,
have to.
I can charge a coffee tax.
We could.
Could charge.
No,
coffee.
no, not
They
you.
can give us.
Me.
Oh.
They could give us money.
Just me.
That's how
to
we ended up in
go and-
America. Tax the tea, tax the coffee.
Tax cut.
What's the worst that could happen? A rebellion?
I mean,
Yeah.
the jerky was nice. That wasn't a tax, but the jerky was a nice
Oh,
little
so
extra.
nice.
Extra.
It was
I could
nice.
go for a little coffee for extra. Just saying.
I'll give you a K-cup on the way out.
Nice.
I won't brew it for you. You have to go to Jerry's and use his lukewarm. But-
Can't get it there either.
I don't have a K-cup machine.
I have.
Oh,
No, we don't.
we don't?
Are we the only ones that have K-cup?
I guess so.
You
Oh,
couldn't
we're all
find the
faster.
insert.
We
for
like-
the
Oh, I found
coffee
the
machine.
insert.
Oh, you found the
I
insert.
used it.
Okay.
I used it yesterday.
Yeah, she
Oh, I
found the
see.
insert.
She's like,
used
I
it
got
yesterday.
this.
She's just not telling you about it.
She's
It's-
not.
It's her
No.
private stash
At
of
any rate,
K-cups. So, also, if you can, or if you don't, hit that bell. That way it'll let you know anytime we are dropping a new episode, although we try to do it every couple weeks on the YouTube.
I'm excited to see where these articles go. Again, like you said, we've
Yeah.
been following them for a hot moment, so I'm
It's-
excited.
It's like Truck Stop
Excited?
Gate.
I don't know
Yeah.
what to say. Yeah, I'm something
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
interested.
I just we've seen and heard so much positive optimism over the past couple of years that we're all kind of sick of it. And this is the first one that's not a gut feeling of someone. This is like, hey, no, here's action that's happening,
Sure.
and here's the numbers to back it up.
Yeah.
So I that part I'm excited about. So I think it's the uplifting news we've needed for a while. So, in the meantime, until we see you again, do me a favor and stay safe and make good decisions.
And don't leave money on the table.
And keep those wheels a turning.
No.
That's the wrong button.
Good night.
Next week.